Good morning, Aberdeen, Scotland. Yesterday's drive here was exciting as I found Slane Castle ruins and was able to explore. Today is Castle Day. The National Trust of Scotland gave me permission to use my drone during specific hours, so this makes for a very interesting day. Morning sunrise brings me to Castle Fraser and Craigievar Castle, and the evening sunset at Drum Castle and Crathers Castle. Come along as I visit these four beautiful castles and the walled gardens. The day's journey begins with my first stop at Castle Fraser, 7 a.m. for some morning aerial photography. The aerial views of the castle are beautiful. The lands were granted to Thomas Fraser in October 1454, and the construction of the 16th century baronial tower house was completed around the 1580s. The castle stands in a shallow glen south of the River Don, amidst fields and woodlands. The grounds here are vast, approximately 320 acres, and my path today will take a journey into the castle and then a walk through the beautiful walled garden. Now, onto the courtyard and interiors of Castle Fraser. During the tour, be prepared for stairs. The castle has many beautiful stone circular stairs that take you up to the various levels, and many more wooden stairs with short steps as one climbs towards the top of the residence, and the roof tower for some awesome views. This climb down from the tower is most beautiful. The Michael Kitchen, named after Laird Michael Fraser, 1588, has a very interesting fireplace for cooking, with many shelves and ledges. It was operated 24/7, feeding the estate's 30 to 40 workers. Taking a tour in person is fantastic, and you'll get to see so much more and really get to spend time exploring the artifacts. But here is a glimpse of a few of the beautiful rooms where the Frasers would entertain guests and enjoy conversation and games. The Victorian dining table can be extended to seat over 20 people. The table is set with Mackenzie of Seaforth China, thanks to Jane Mackenzie Fraser. The library was used for games and entertaining. And let's check out the several mementos of Colonel Charles Fraser, including his hat with a bullet hole from the Peninsula War. The trophy room is quite beautiful and interesting, and has many artifacts to inspect. The beautiful thing about many castles is they have walled gardens, and this one at Castle Fraser is awesome. But before entering this magnificent garden, let's take a stroll around the outside wall. What's great about this walled garden is the wonderful entertaining grass area in the center, surrounded by flowers, fruit trees, vegetable patches, and a greenhouse. Not only can you have a party, but there's food all around. Let's take a stroll. Apple trees. This was a very enjoyable morning at Castle Fraser, and the gardens are beautiful. But I must be on my way. 3 more castles to see before the sun sets. About an 18-mile drive from Castle Fraser is Craigievar Castle, commonly known as the Pink Castle. Built in 1642 in the Scottish baronial style, it is stunning and has a very tall presence on the land. In the 19th century, the gardens were replaced with woodlands, and there are many walking paths to enjoy. The lands of Drum Castle were granted to William de Irwin in 1323 by Scottish King Robert the Bruce. The 13th century tower is among the oldest of the castles I view today, and is the centerpiece of this stunning castle. The path to the gardens of Drum Castle allows one to inspect a beautiful pond with frogs before entering the walled garden. This beautiful garden has a maze of high hedges to explore and many wonderful, beautiful flowers all around the garden. Let's take a walk. Crathers Castle is one of the best preserved 16th century castles in Scotland, located near the River Dee. And this castle took some 40 years to build. My first impression of Crathers Castle is one of height and stature. This height was not for defensive purposes, but rather status. And the croquet lawn is most excellent for a game. The Burnett family lived in the castle for over 350 years. Within the boundary of this 3 3/4 acre walled garden, there are many pathways to wander and enjoy the beautiful features, flowers, and plants of 8 individual garden areas. I somewhat got lost for a moment, imagining what it must have been like attending a party in the garden and sneaking off with my love. A gardener's shed has never looked so good.
Well, this is definitely a beautiful castle here, and the walled-in garden is quite extensive and large. Lots of overgrown everything here. It's beautiful, though. Nice greenhouse.
Wandering through the gardens is mesmerizing, and I got lost quickly. But back to the castle to check out a unique medieval painted wood ceiling located in the room of 9 nobles. The artist began painting after the ceiling planks were in place, working above their heads. However, to take in all the splendor of this beautiful painted ceiling, I lay down on the floor for this view. And no one stepped on me as they walked in looking up at all of this. It really takes your breath away. It's time to leave Crathers Castle and head back to my hotel and a late dinner. Walking out, I'm reminded of the history and my ancestors that came from this beautiful country of Scotland. Castle Day was a beautiful time here in Aberdeen, Scotland, and thanks to the National Trust of Scotland for allowing me time for aerial video of the castles. Thanks for watching Tommy's Holiday.